Good morning everyone, my name is Muhammad Imran and today I will be presenting the work I completed during my internship. During this internship, I worked on developing a full stack food ordering application using the MERN stack. Apart from implementing the core features of an online food delivery platform, I also integrated AI functionalities, cloud storage, secure authentication and an online payment gateway. In this presentation, I will explain how I learned, how I designed, how I implemented the project, the challenges I faced, and finally I will demonstrate the application. This is the flow of today's presentation. I will begin with the internship objectives, then explain the technologies I learned, followed by the architecture and implementation details. Finally, I will demonstrate the working application. The primary objective of this internship was to gain hands-on experience in modern web development by building a real-world application instead of just learning theoretical concepts. Throughout the internship, I worked on front-end development, backend development, REST APIs, MongoDB, database management, authentication, payment gateway integration, cloud storage, and artificial intelligence features. This gave me a complete understanding of how production-level web applications are developed. The main goal of this internship was to gain practical experience in full stack web development by working on a real world project. Instead of learning concept theoretically, I wanted to understand how complete web applications are designed, developed and deployed. The first goal was to learn full stack development, which involves working on both front end and back end of the application. This helped me understand how the user interface communicates with the server and how data flows throughout the system. The second goal was to learn MERN stack, which consists of MongoDB, Express.js, React.js and Node.js. Since all four technologies use JavaScript, they provide a consistent and efficient environment for building modern web application. Another important goal was API development. I learned how to design and build RESTful APIs that allow the front end and back end to communicate securely and efficiently while handling requests such as user login, food management and order processing. I also focused on database design by using MongoDB to store and manage application data. I learned how to organize collection, create relationship between different entities and perform CRUD operations. Authentication and security was also major learning objective. I implemented user registration, login, password hashing and JWT based authentication to ensure that only authorized users could access protected resources. Another goal was to understand deployment. I learned how applications are prepared for production, how backend services and databases are configured, and how cloud services are integrated into full stack application. Finally, I wanted to explore artificial intelligence. As part of this project, I implemented AI powered features such as food item generation and review analysis, which enhanced the functionality of the application and gave me exposure to integrating AI into web development. Overall, these goals helped me to build both technical knowledge and practical development skills that are essential for developing real world software applications. Full stack development refers to developing both the client side and the server side of an application. The front end is responsible for displaying the user interface, while the back end handles business logic, authentication and communication with the database. Both communicate through REST APIs over HTTP. In this project, I used MERN stack, which is popular technology stack for developing modern full stack web applications. MERN stand for MongoDB, Express.js, React.js and Node.js. One of the biggest advantage of MERN is that all four technologies use JavaScript, making development faster and more efficient. First, let's talk about MongoDB. MongoDB is NoSQL database, which means it stores data in flexible JSON-like format instead of traditional tables and rows. Data is organized into collection, and each record is stored as document. Unlike relational database, MongoDB provides a flexible schema, allowing us to modify the structure of data without affecting the existing record. The second technology is Express.js. Express is a lightweight web application built on top of Node.js that simplifies backend development. It provides routing, which allows us to define different endpoints for handling requests such as user login, fetching restaurant, or placing orders. Next is React.js, which is used to build the front end of the application. React follows a component-based architecture where the user interface is divided into reusable components such as the navigation bar, restaurant carts, food carts, shopping cart, and order pages. Finally, Node.js serves as the runtime environment for the backend. It allows JavaScript code to run outside the browser and execute server-side operation. One of Node.js biggest advantage is its non-blocking and asynchronous architecture, which enables it to handle multiple user requests simultaneously without waiting for one request to finish before the processing another. By combining MongoDB, Express.js, React.js and Node.js, I was able to build a full stack application that is scalable, efficient and capable of handling real world requirements. Before starting development, I identified the functional requirements of the application from the perspective of different users. The first category is the customer future. Customers should be able to create accounts, securely log in, browse available restaurants, explore menus, search for food items and add products to the cart, apply discount coupons, make sure online payments and finally place and view their orders. The goal was to provide smooth and user-friendly ordering experience. The second category is the admin future. The administrator is responsible for managing the entire system. This includes adding new restaurants, creating menus, managing food items, updating prices, monitoring customer orders, and creating promotional coupons. This feature allow efficient management of the platform without directly modifying the database. The project also includes restaurant management features, where each restaurant has its own menu and food items. This makes the application more organized and supports multiple restaurants in the future. Another important requirement was online payment integration. Instead of cash-only interaction, customers should be able to complete payments securely using the Stripe payment gateway. This improves convenience and stimulates how real food delivery applications operate. Finally, I integrated artificial intelligence into the application. AI is for generating food item description and analyzing customer reviews. This reduces manual effort for restaurant owners while improving the quality of menu description and helping business understand customer feedback more efficiently. Together, these requirements help transform the application into a future-rich and practical food ordering platform. This slide illustrates the overall architecture of the application and explains how different components communicate with each other. At the top of the architecture, the React Frontend, which represents everything the user interacts with. This includes the homepage, the restaurants listing, menu, shopping cart, checkout page, and admin dashboard. React is responsible for displaying the data and collecting user input. Whenever the user performs an action such as logging in or placing an order, the frontend sends an HTTP request using Axios. Axios is a JavaScript library that simplifies communication between the frontend and backend through the REST APIs. These requests are received by the Express server, which acts as the backend of the application. Express defines all the API endpoints and manages incoming requests. Depending on the request operation, it forwards the request to the appropriate controller. The controllers contain the business logic of the application. They validate incoming requests, perform necessary processing, and decide which database operation need to be executed. Controllers do not directly interact with the database. Instead, they use models and services to maintain clean and organized code. The model represents the structure of the MongoDB collections using the MongoDB schema. Each model defines how data such as user, restaurant, menu, food items, and orders should be stored and validated. These models interact with MongoDB, where all the application data is permanently stored. MongoDB maintains collection of users, restaurants, menus, food items, cart, coupon orders, and reviews. Apart from the database, the backend also communicates with the external service. Cloudinary is used to upload and store food items in the cloud instead of storing them locally. This improves performance and simplifies image management. Finally, the backend interacts with the AI APIs for generating food description and analyzing customer reviews. These AI services enhance the application by providing intelligent content generation and customer feedback analysis. Overall, this architecture separates responsibilities between the front-end, back-end, database, and the third-party services, making the application modular, maintainable, and scalable. The database is one of the most important parts of any web application because it stores all the information required for system to function. For this project, I used MongoDB, which is NoSQL database. Instead of storing all data in table like traditional relational database, MongoDB stores data in collections made up of JSON-like documents. This makes the data flexible and easy to modify as the application grows. In my project, I created multiple collections to organize different types of data. The user collection stores customer and administration information, including login credentials and user roles. The restaurant collection contains detail about each restaurant such as its name, location and other information. Each restaurant has one or more menu and every menu contains multiple food items. Food items include details such as name, description, price, category, availability and image URL. These collections are connected using MongoDB's object IDs, allowing efficient relationship between restaurants, menus and food items. The cart collection temporarily stores the item selected by the customer before placing an order. Once the checkout process is completed, the information is transformed to the orders collection, which stores order details, payment status, delivery status and customer information. I also created coupon collections to manage the promotional discount. Customers can apply valid coupon codes during checkout to receive discounts. The review collection stores customers' feedback, which is later analyzed using AI to generate insights. Overall, the relationship between these collections ensures that the application remains organized, avoid duplicate data and efficiently manages customer order from the beginning to end. Security is an essential part of any web application, especially when handling user accounts and online payments. In this project, I implemented secure authentication system using JWT or JSON web tokens. The front end of the application was developed using React, which is a popular JavaScript library for building interactive and responsive user interfaces. One of the major advantages of React is component-based architecture. Instead of writing one large page, I divide the interface into smaller reusable components such as the navigation bar, restaurant cards, food cards, item buttons, forms, and other summaries. This improved core reusability and simplified maintenance. To manage application data across multiple pages, I used Redux for global state management, stored shared information such as the login user, shopping cart and authentication status, allowing different components to access the same data without unnecessary duplication. The backend of the application was developed using Node.js and Express.js. It is responsible for processing client requests, implementing business logic, communicating with the database, and integrating third-party services. The project follows MVC architecture, which separates different responsibilities into individual layers. The first layer is the routes. Whenever the frontend sends HTTP request, it first reaches the appropriate API route. Each route determines which controller should handle the request. The request is then passed to the controller. Controller contains the main business logic of the application. They validate user input, check permission, perform calculations, and decide what operation need to be performed. When data needs to be stored or retrieved, the controller communicates with the models. Model define the structure of the MongoDB collection using Mongo schemas and perform CRUD operations such as creating, reading, updating, and deleting data. Certain functionalities are separated into services which contain reusable business logic. For example, AI-based food generation, review analysis, payment processing, and image uploading are handled through service classes. This makes the code cleaner and easier to maintain. Before the request reaches the controller, they often pass to middleware. Middleware performs operations such as JWT authentication, authorization, request validation, login, and centralized error handling. This avoids repeating the same code access multiple controllers. The request flow can be summarized as the frontend sends a request using Axios. The request reaches the Express route, which forwards it to the appropriate controller. The controller performs business logic, interacts with the model to access MongoDB, receives the response, and finally sends the result back to the frontend. The structural architecture makes the backend modular, maintainable, secure, and easy to extend as new features are added. To make application more practical and closer to real-world food delivery platform, I integrated several third-party into this project, such as Cloud for image upload and storage, Type for secure online payments. The final integration is artificial intelligence. AI is used in two major ways within the project. The first is AI-powered food generation, where the system can automatically generate food names, description, or menu content to help restaurant owners create attractive menu items more efficiently. The second is AI-based review analysis, where customers' review are analyzed to identify overall sentiment, common feedback, and improvement suggestions. This helps restaurants owner better understand customer opinion and make informed business decisions. Every software development project comes with its own set of challenges, and this internship was no exception. However, overcoming these challenges helped me improve my technical knowledge and problem solving skills. Some of the challenges I faced during this internship was authentication, MongoDB relations, Cloudinary upload, step integration, API debugging, and AI integration. This internship has been an excellent learning experience, both technical and professional. From a technical perspective, I gained practical knowledge of the complete MERN stack. I learned how to build a responsive user interface using React, create scalable backend application using Node.js and Express, and efficiently manage application data using MongoDB. I also learned how to design and implement REST APIs, allowing seamless communication between the front end and back end. Another important learning outcome was implementing JWT based authentication, which helped me understand secure user authentication and authorization in modern web applications. Working with Cloudinary taught me how cloud based storage solutions are used to efficiently manage images, while integrating Stripe gave me valuable experience with secure online payment processing. One of the most exciting parts of this internship was learning how to integrate AI artificial intelligence into web application. By implementing AI powered food generation and review analysis, I understood how AI services can enhance user experience and automate business processes. Apart from technical skills, I also developed soft skills. I improved my problem solving ability by debugging complex issues throughout the project. I learned the importance of proper documentation, which makes project easier to understand and maintain. Managing deadlines throughout the internship improved my time management skills, and using Git helped me understand version control and collaborative software development. Overall, this internship has significantly improved both technical expertise and my confidence in building real world full stack application. Although the application is successfully meets its current requirement, there are several features that can be added in future to make even more powerful and user friendly. Some of the major features that can be added are real-time order tracking, push notification, recommendation system, analytic dashboard, mobile application. Now I would like to demonstrate the working application and explain its main functionalities. Here we can log in using our email ID and password. If you are new, then you can register here by clicking the new user. If you are already account, you can log in using your existing email ID and password. After successfully logging in, you can see the restaurants available in the website, and you can search websites over here. For example, if I need Haldiram's, I can search HAL and press enter. It will show every restaurant's name that consists of the string HAL. Let's order some food items from here, like add to cart. Now the items are added to cart. Now we can press checkout. Here we can pay using link. If you don't have link, you can pay without link also. Here we can enter our name, for example, name John, India, address, let it be like Nagar, Chennai. Here it shows pin code. Okay. This is a demo address, and let's give a mobile number, and this is a demo card information. Now if I click pay, it's asking for the password. Now the order is been successfully placed. Here you can see. To see the order I placed, we can click to our profile and it shows the order placed. These are my past orders and this is the current order that we placed in Aldirams. These are the food items we order right now. And here we can see our profile. You can even edit using here. You can edit your name, email, and you can choose your avatar accordingly. And after you can log out has been successful. That's it. This includes my internship project presentation. Through this project I gained practical experience in full stack web development using the MERN stack, cloud service, secure authentication, payment integration, and AI powered future. This internship strengthened both my technical knowledge and problem solving skills, and I believe the experience will be valuable in my future software development career. Thank you for your time. I would be happy to end this session right now. Thank you.